We are going out to the chicken coop to put more roosts in because when we first got here the roost was set up for maybe a dozen chickens and we have 30 plus the rooster, so we are building the roost, putting more roosts in and more nest boxes. And while we're doing that, since we're doing all this other stuff, we're also cleaning out the old bedding and putting in new bedding, so that's what we're doing.
Right. I need a Phillips head.
So that is the new roost, and that is where the old roost used to be. Don't know if it'll hear me at all, but
Too small?
That might work.
These are the ones we took out of there.
Yeah. Let me see. You got a Phillips head on that?
No. Okay, I'll grab one. Sorry. I think it's in.
That's all it has to be. Yep, that's in. Good enough.
alright, so here is the coop after we clean out all of the straw. We're going to put more straw down as bedding. This is an old ladder. A human cannot stand on that. It is too rickety, but it's plenty good for a chicken. They love to roost on it. And then this is the new roost that we're putting in, so that there's more space for them, but it's angled. So that angle of the roost makes it so that they won't poop on each other down below. You can't just do them one above the next because they just poop on everybody down below them. So it's angled here, that angle that it's on, so that they don't poop on each other. Or if you only have one row, like this one, then it works fine because there's no one's really roosting underneath it. This was the nest boxes that we had when we only had 6 hens, and it worked fine because they really only use these bottom 2. These are the Broody Hens, and they just pretty much are always there, taking a break. And then we'll take all of that chicken coop bedding and manure and put it either in the garden or just put it in a compost pile that we would then later put in the garden. Alright, so here is the finished coop with new straw.
Hold on a minute, girl. I'll get you. Whoops. This bucket will probably do it if you fill it.
Yeah. So they're gonna go after that water now. thinks it's a
Fuzzy
toy.
thing.
Yeah.
Or the fuzzy thing's something real, like an animal or something.
So we got chamomile. Itty bitty sage. He wants the thing covering the mic on top of the camera. But this is kind of what I'm saying for keeping records. Hopefully you can see me. The lighting in here is not the most amazing. But yeah, see, you can see kind of what I had done there. But what day we did the clean out on, how many eggs, I think we should use tally marks because we'll all kind of come through at different points in the day. And instead of writing 3 and 2 and 7, or who knows what, it might be kind of confusing. So I think tally marks will probably work best. And then FW is feed and water, because I also want us to keep track of, in case, like I predominantly do the feeding and watering, but if somebody else came through, like if I went on vacation or I was sick or something like that, you could just see exactly how often they've been fed and watered. And like if it was a full feed or just like a half feed, whatever the feeding schedule ends up being, and how often the water gets changed out, just so that we can kind of have some record of that. But then also we never have to go, well, I think it might have been July when we last did our coop clean out. Like we don't have to remember. We can literally just look right at the records. It's written down. We won't forget about it. And then here's my pencil. I'm gonna attach it to some baling twine and hang it from the calendar so that we can always have records. Today we are building a run for the chicken coop because the chickens are insistent on not laying eggs inside, even though they have, like, we've cleaned out the nest boxes and all that stuff. We've tried keeping them inside the coop until like 10 or 11, because we'd heard from different places that that's kind of a trick that people do to get the chickens to lay eggs inside and not all over the place, and it's just not working. So we're gonna build, at least, I don't know if we're gonna finish today, but we're gonna get started on building a run for the chickens to keep them inside, so that until like about noon, 1 o'clock-ish, something like that, just that they have really close proximity to the nest boxes, and that becomes the most desirable place to lay the eggs, so that we can get these eggs, because we're only getting like sometimes 1, upwards of 4 eggs a day, but usually it's only 1, 2, 3 eggs a day, and that's not what we used to be getting when they had been in a similar setup to a run type situation. And because that's not the point of keeping chickens, is you want the eggs. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. What size are you wanting? The size we're getting, or?
Yeah, each one to grab what we want here. Shit. How are we gonna get this one in?
What's the matter with it?
We have to move this out so that way we have space to whack it in.
Oh yeah. Well, before we do that, let's hold on a second. Look, let me have this one here. Now go get the last one.
This is the one.
No, there's the last one over there.
Yeah, where
There's a gate right there. I want to see how it's going to fit, honey. That's all I want to do. I'm not saying we're going to nail it this way. I don't like the way it's sitting right now.
we hit the mantle again. That did nothing.
No. Nope.
Well, that's good enough. Where's cement? do the same thing we did to our garden fence. Cement it in. How strong do you think these chickens are? If
Let me out, let me out, let me out! You look like you're in jail. Let me out!
And that's not all.
Hungry chicken noises. Hens are like, here, we're gonna come from here. Wow. Wow, they really are the thugs. Okay, at least some are Boo's not too afraid of them. He's kind of second.
Because the guineas are being nice. Most of the time those guineas, they would they'll peck at them and chase them away from the food.
They saw squid. They're like, oh, the apex predator. He beat the shit out of our last dude.
And here is the finished product. This is the fully fenced in chicken run. We've got mostly this chain link type system all the way around. But we've got a few places where we put in chicken wire over like cattle panel, and then we use brick to help keep it solid. But oh, and then we use this, just some baling twine to hold it open. And the apple tree is shedding apples. We also added more nest boxes because there just wasn't enough, oops, for all the hens that we have. So that's the original one. That's one of the new ones, which actually has one of those, like, if there wasn't straw inside it, the egg would fall through and you could just pick up the thing. But we don't really use that. But yet there's even an egg in there right now. Egg! And then we have this one over here as well, so that there's enough nest boxes for all the hens. And like even this morning I came in and there was a hen in every single one of these. So they are using it. It's really great.